Welcome to the Dr. Adoni Show. Fans of Dr. Adoni call him the great genius, a figure that Nostradamus wrote about. His theories in math and astrophysics are used by government agencies. His theory E has proven Newton and Einstein are wrong. His prime algorithm is used by the NSA. His planetary distance formula is used by NASA to find new planets. His EOE theory is used by the USGS in earthquake prediction modeling. He founded 2 different think tanks, including Helix Q, the artificial intelligence think tank. Dr. Adoni is the founder of the cryptocurrency BizBytes. Dr. Adoni is also the founder of the One Media Network. One Media produces dozens of podcast shows for the iPodcast network.
This is Dr. Saul Adoni. Welcome to another segment of the Dr. Saul Adoni Show. You can find more segments at sauladoni.com and ipodcast.org. Sauladoni.com is SOLADONI.com. This is Dr. Saul Adoni. This is my site, sauladoni.com. That's SOLADONI.com. You can go there and see information about who I am and all the things I've done. My videos on coronavirus are there. There's around 20 of them. Basically, since the virus started, I've been doing videos about future death counts, and they've been pretty accurate. Pretty famous as Solog, my religious name, SOLLOG.com. That's Solog. Basically, for 25 years, I've been warning through my Solog writings about the year 2020 and how bio war would be starting this year. So people who are in a bio war event. This is a man-made virus, as I'll prove to you in a little bit down the road in this video. Now Trump's even admitting that it came out of a bio lab in China. Whether it was accidental or intentional, it doesn't really matter. It came out of a bio lab, so it's a bio weapon. Whether it was man-made or natural, top scientist in the world in viruses, man who won the Nobel Prize for discovering the AIDS virus, flat out has said it's a man-made virus. So even though the media doesn't want you to know that you're in World War III, that's what's happening, people. Now, my think tank is Helix Q. That's like the helix strain of DNA with the letter Q for quantum, like a quantum computer. So helixq.org is my AI think tank. And there we release some projections beginning of April about the global death count being 275,000 by May 1st. Over 10 days ago, we updated it to be 235 due to the success of all the lockdowns. We had a death count projection in the USA beginning of April for almost 100,000 in the USA. 10 days ago, we downgraded it to 65 because of how successful the death counts been. So basically, the USA death count dropping so quick is what's affected the global number being about 40,000 less than it was supposed to be. We use worldometer.info or worldometers.info. It's the word world with the letter O and then the word meters. So worldometers.info or worldmeters.info as some pronounce it. You can basically go there and they have a running total of death counts and infections. Now, This is the day after May 1st, so it's May 2nd, 2020, around 5 o'clock Eastern Standard Time when I'm doing this video. You can see the death counts now are well over 240,000, almost 3.5 million people infected. This number was around 20% as far as deaths to recovered. It's now 18. If you back out the fake numbers from China, this actually becomes almost 25,000, or 1 out of 4 people are dying. It's 24%. So you take China out of the numbers, it's right around 25%, 1 out of 4. So basically, 1 person dies and 3 are recovered. It was 1 to 2. It was almost 33%. So that's getting a little better, which is good news for humanity. All right. So today, we've had almost 5,000 people, new deaths. So you back that out of the 244, and you're right around 240 dead. And then you take the 5,000 from China out of the equation, and we're dead on, 235,000. So the number we gave on Helix Q was 235. 10 days ago, we gave that number. A month ago, we gave 275, and then we had to adjust it because of how successful the lockdowns were. So we basically nailed the 235 when you take out the 5,000 from China. You see here, where's China's numbers? Let me get total death count sorted here and make it a little easier to find China. China is right around 4,600. So when you back out that 4,600 and this 4,600, that 9,000 brings you right down to 35,000 was the death count yesterday. And that's what we said 10 days ago. It's a little under what we said a month ago, but we're the only group that's nailing the death counts exactly. So you can see here, 67,000, you take out the 1,500. So yesterday, the death count was 65,000 in the USA, and that's exactly what Helix Q said 10 days ago. So people, I'm the guy that's giving you exact future death counts. Now, the clown that works for the government, Fauci, who actually funded the lab where this thing escaped. So here's Newsweek, April 28th, telling you what we told you in my videos 2 months ago. Fauci funded the Wuhan lab that this thing escaped from. So there's Newsweek, people. The guy next to Trump is a traitor. He should be hung in The Hague for crimes against humanity. And this is the guy that Trump is letting lead you people. He's a traitor, Fauci, the little rat man. He's the guy that financed Wuhan. Now, this is all starting to come out, people, that this thing is not a natural virus. Now, if you go to the main news site that I recommend, it's 247news.net. You go to 247news.net, and their award-winning journalists have been covering this excellently. So you'll see here they have an article about the Nobel scientist, Dr. Luc Montagnier. Now, in the early 80s, this guy discovered the AIDS virus. He won the Nobel Prize for it, people. He's one of the top people in the world in virology. And he has said, exactly like I've said, this is a man-made virus. Only difference is he's saying it was being created for use in a vaccine, and I'm saying it doesn't matter why it was created, whether it was as a bioweapon that escaped, a bioweapon that went out intentional. It's a man-made virus. And even if it's decided not to be, okay, it still came out of a bioweapons lab. This is the only lab in China that's a level 4 biolab, and it was funded, the research, by the US government through Dr. Fauci. So there's the guy that created the problem right next to the other problem. Now, at least Trump, if you search Trump Wuhan lab, recently he's claiming he's seen evidence that it is originated in the lab in Wuhan. Of course, he's seen it. The guy next to him told him we created it in Wuhan. So that's what he can't tell you, people. He's saying that he can't tell you how he knows, but he knows it came out of the lab in Wuhan, China. Then when you look at Fauci, Fauci says only 60,000 are going to be dead. So you search Fauci, F-A-U-C-I, or Fauci, with the number 60,000. So a month ago he said, well, only 60,000 are going to die in America by the end of the summer. People, it's not even a month later, and now it's over 65,000 dead, the number that we gave 10 days ago. Now, we said 120,000 a month ago, and the lockdown was so successful in the United States that that number's come way down. Now, the United States is unlocking things, so you're probably going to have a huge death count go up again. So right now, because things are unlocking, we're not even giving projections. Okay? It's getting a little warmer out. Warmer weather seems to affect the virus. Also, the virus, we've done a lot of articles about this. So you really need to go to my YouTube channel. You go to my YouTube channel, Adoni.com on YouTube, and you look at the videos. And when you look at the videos, you can see we have stuff explaining why it affects black people up in northern cities. That's because the sun isn't strong enough for their vitamin D. So it's a vitamin D deficiency in people of color, Hispanics and blacks. Proof about it being a man-made weapon, that's all about Dr. Montagna saying that, you know, it's man-made. This is a month ago, our death projections, how to beat the virus. Basically, you need alpha interferon, which is zinc, vitamin D, vitamin C. All those things are good for your immune system, and that creates a strong alpha interferon release. So people, I've got over 20 videos for 3 months now going back on this coronavirus thing. I'm tired of talking about it. But nonetheless, it's after May 1st, so I have to clear this up for historic reasons. So getting back here to the numbers, you can see here, today the numbers are going up. They'll probably be over 5,000 again. You look at the overall death counts, you can see they've been pretty steady lately in the 2 to 3% range. So you can click on graphs, go to daily graphs, and it's going to show you the numbers. You know, yesterday almost 6,000, 5,600, 6,500, 6,600. It peaked up here around 8,000, but it's still strong. We had a little dip here, but it's still running a very high percent. You can see here, every day the death count is increasing. It's dropped down to what we told you a month ago would be about 2%. So we predicted this global count to go down to around 2%. But the United States count went down. It should have been around 8% right now in the USA, but that's now down to 3-4%. So the USA is in line with most of the rest of the world, and that's because they're in lockdown. But now they're crying to get out of lockdown, so the virus is going to take off again. As soon as they unlock these cities, you know, the virus is still here, people. It's very contagious, and the latest news is it's not only a vitamin deficiency, but it seems to be affecting blood types. Now, the information is preliminary. They're only looking at the 4 types of blood types, A, B, AB, and O. Or is there, anyway, the 4 basic ones. Then each of those have a positive and negative, which makes 8. And where I think they're going to find who it's really attacking is when they start tracking the CD147 numbers. There's 4 of them. So you got 4 major blood types times 2, positive and negative is 8. And then you have 4 different human blood group types based on CD147. You have OK0, OK1, 2, and 3. So it's going to be a certain blood type, either positive or negative, and then one of the 4 OK markers, the antigens, that are going to determine who's really being impacted by this. Because what happens is the antigens is what allows the red blood cells to open up and absorb the virus. So that's why when they actually do all the study of this virus, it'll be a specific blood type that is more susceptible to the illness than others, in combination with weakened immune systems, such as people of color having low immune systems in northern climates, people with various diseases that have weakened immune systems, heart disease, diabetes, other factors, age, etc. Now, there's still a big question if long range this is going to be something that reactivates in younger people. So we're not out of the woods yet, people, but it's looking a little bit more promising for humanity. So go to biowar.net. That's my site on this. You can see my movie, 3-hour movie. You can go to my site, saladoni.com. Now, a lot of information, people. Absorb it. This was Saul Adoni. Have a great day. To listen to more podcasts from Dr. Saul Adoni, you can visit sauladoni.com or ipodcast.org.